Hello, Aries. How are you doing? Corinne Clapham here. Welcome to your weekly love reading. I've decided for this round of tarot readings, I'm going to make it timeless. So normally I have it this date to this date, and I put that in the caption, but I'm trying this new thing out where I'm going to make it timeless. And whenever you are here and find this, this is exactly the perfect time for you. Now, if you like it this way, please let me know in the comments. If you prefer to have the dates in there, let me know. And when people kindly and gently let me know what they like, then I know how to restructure this a little bit more so it's supporting all of you a lot better. Okay, so let's move forward. I just want to quickly tap into the overall energy of Aries. And we're just going to clear out the energy of the other one, the other zodiac sign I just did, because I find it still noisy, the energy here with that. Okay. I mean, I kind of briefly tapped into Aries as I was coming on here. And I got the ram, and I feel like I've gotten that image for Aries before, about a month or two, but it's a very hard energy, a very um, I don't know if it's you feel flustered or frustrated or you're trying to make things work and it hasn't been. It's like you're hitting your head against the wall, is what I'm seeing here. Of course, this is a general reading, so just take what resonates. But let's move into your current love life, what it's looking like, and how the other person feels about you, and then going into the weekly forecasts of what will take or may take place. And then I'm going to do some clarifying cards on that, so make sure you stay to the end. So let's go move on this. What is Aries' current love life status looking like? A lot of you are single right now. Some of you are ready to mingle. Some of you are not happy about being single again. Yeah. I feel like you've had a couple of options, nothing solid. Maybe you've been focusing on work. For some reason, I'm getting an image of someone working on a car. It's funny, it's like a truck, but it's like in the olden days, kind of, and it's a blue one. But the letters up and someone's working on that. So whoever that message is for, that's the image I'm getting. Working on movement is the message I really get from that, right? Our car or truck is our vehicle from getting from place to place, but I see someone working on that. So it's like you're working on moving forward. Okay, we got Page of Wands here, very light energy. It's like kind of, oh, it's so funny, I just heard the word playboy energy. And then we have the Four of Cups here, so it's you have options, but you're not digging the one that's coming forward here. Then we got the Wheel of Fortune, so fortune is turning your way. Things are shifting and changing. However, I see you walking away from a lot of options here, or walking away from this one option or person here. Even though the cups are there, cups are full, you're like, adios. There's just something that's not fulfilling about it. Okay, you're closing out a cycle on something here or on someone. So let's tap into what the other person feels about you. I'm getting a bit of a pain right here and a bit on my right eye, right side right here. So if there's anybody who's got a bit of pain coming through, I'm sensing it right now. And too many electronics is what I'm hearing from this. If you are sleeping with your phone by your head or anything like that, like stop doing that, because I'm sensing this is a lot of electronics, a lot of energy. EMF is coming through the head here. Let's see how the other person feels about you. How does the other person feel about our dear sweet Aries? Okay, Queen of Cups. Okay, let's get one more card. Oh, that one definitely wanted to come out. Okay. Queen of Cups. So they really do see you standing in your own right, going with the flow here, focusing on your treasures, which I'm sensing is work. Because also we have here the Eight of Pentacles here. Yes, Eight of Pentacles, really focused on work. And it's like Okay, so there's two stories I'm hearing here. Some of them feel like you're really busy focusing on your work. Okay, some of them feel like they worked very hard on this dynamic relationship with you, and are not seeing anything grow from it. I'm sensing a little bit of frustration from there. Okay, let's go into your weekly forecast, and then we'll get some clarifying cards. So, what is a weekly forecast for weekly forecast prediction for Aries love life? Okay. I'm going to get one more card here. We're definitely going to go into more. Oof, okay. All right. Let's go one more here. Weekly forecast for Aries. Some of you are really going through a lot of transition here. I'm hearing the words to be careful of someone too. Maybe you might know who that is as I'm saying that, because I literally just heard that message. To be careful. There's a certain energy. I feel like that. Okay. All right. So some of you, a lot of you actually are traveling and moving away, whether that's physically, you're moving away from someone, and some of you are like actually just taking energetic and space from a relationship. You're moving towards calmer waters. You're moving away from rough waters and going somewhere different. You may have a guide. You may have someone who's helping you to make that crossover, that transition to a better place. Empress, you really, I hear the word sitting in your throne. In fact, so I feel like a lot of you are finding your own divinity, getting into your more into your own skin. I feel like some of you got a little bit knocked off your footing a bit, and still it might be for some of you a little bit rocky this week. And that's like, don't go into fear about it. Don't start panicking about that. It's not what it's about. It's just that if you do notice there's a little bit, it's okay. It's part of the process. Everybody goes through situations where things feel like it's just upside down for a bit, right? And the image that I got, the analogy that's coming up, it's like, when we want to clean and organize our home, or say our room in our house, there's always one point where it's messier than it was before it gets to the cleaner stage. And this is kind of what I see is happening here this week for you, Aries. It's like you're just in that one space right now, but everything shifts and changes. This is just part of the process for you to get somewhere better and cleaner. So remember that. Three of Swords was upside down, so there might be a little bit of heartache that is going on. Seems like you have a lot of decisions, a lot of things floating in your head, big time. For some of you, just like, again, because I'm getting that image of that ram again, some of you might be forcing a situation, or some of you might be trying to force an outcome or control a situation. And that's not a judgment, but here's the thing. I mean, we all do it sometimes, but when we tend to do that, when we tend to control situations, it's usually coming from a place of fear. If you go down through the layers of it, it's usually the place of fear of like losing something, or not feeling good. So that's the only way we can regain control. My throat got a little bit I had to clear my throat. So what I see that is, when that comes up in a reading, that's throat chakra, that's communication. So there might be some communication you need to get out, even if it's not necessarily with this specific person, but even writing it out, and then you can rip it up after. But you need to get it out, Aries. Like, I'm really sensing a very strong, it's like you're fighting with a wall. And again, this is just for some of you, so take it as it resonates. But if you're finding yourself controlling, really ask yourself, why, like, where is this coming from? What is if you let go and go with the flow, what is the fear you have that may or may not happen that is causing you to try and control it? See what I'm saying? And I can hear it. Yeah, of course, a lot of you don't want to get hurt, right? Or maybe some of you might have already got hurt, so now you're trying to control the situation. I do see juggling two options here, two or more. Some of you have more than just two. And then we have the Devil card here, so it could be self-imposed restrictions. Normally I say addictions, but the word restrictions came out here. Okay, so where are you restricting yourself? There's like this tug of war is what I'm seeing going on in your head here. And yeah, then we got Ten of Swords here. So some of you may feel like you might have got, yeah, a bit hurt, and you're guarding your pentacles now. Anything you have, you're guarding. You got your feet on it. You're holding it. You're protecting anything that you have. And then here we also have Five of Swords. So like it was a bit of a battle, whether it was in your head or with someone else or that person with you. A lot of you know who that is, especially when I was saying there was a message that came through earlier that said to be careful about a certain person. I think you know who that is, whoever this conflict is in. But just be careful you're not falling in the trap of retaliation, because it almost sounds like I'm sensing for some of you, it's like you got hurt and then acted a certain way, they acted a certain way. Like it's just like retaliation is going back and forth. Release that, clear it, clear it, clear it, clear it. Like don't let the ego override, okay? And honestly, when you can let go of the control and the hurt and do the healing, you got Two of Cups here, okay? You have another union coming in. I'd say a small percentage of you is a rebirth of a reunion of the past person. This other person, though, like whoever you're leaving, I mean, I don't know. I think the majority of you, this is new energy. New energy. Okay, it's not going to be the same person. This is a little bit heavy, to be quite honest, whatever was going on with that certain person. Again, this is a general reading, but okay, so let's go into the clarifying cards, okay, my dear friends here. So, yeah, separation. So some of you have already separated from this. Ooh, trust. Yeah, this has been a pretty big theme for a couple of the zodiac signs I've already read now. I mean, a lot of people I think were going through breakups, anywhere from January to March were very prevalent. And, when we come out of relationships or hurt, sometimes our walls come up and we're afraid to trust again. But that's part of the process, right? Because we can't keep moving forward with walls up. So religious factors might have been influencing a little bit of your love life. And, I see that card not just as religious factors, but sometimes our views and our values, especially now we're going through this whole COVID thing. And the world is so polarized right now. You can see it, right? Just look on posts and people's comments. So what I see from this is not always just religious factors, but also if someone who's like, very like you need to get a vaccination and a mask. I shouldn't have said that word because now my video is going to get censored. But anyways, people are very headstrong about it. And so, for example, if someone really believes everything they're being fed on the news and the media and this and that versus someone who doesn't, that can sometimes cause a lot of friction. It's interesting because dating apps now, you can put the option if you have been V'd. So it's, not everybody's going to resonate where everybody's at right now because people are definitely thinking differently and people are on different dimensions. And I think the thing we all have to remember in general, I'm just shifting a little bit directly from you, Aries. I think in general is it's not a matter of trying to get everybody on the same side or on the same page. It's actually a matter of how can we come to a peaceful state with everyone and where they're at, and even though that we think differently. I think what happens is we keep thinking that we have to have everybody on the same page in order to have peace. Maybe people are put on this earth with different perspectives and ways of thinking, and maybe our fun game or goal of this human experience, one of them is to really, how do we get to a place of love and compassion and acceptance, even if we're not the same. I don't think the same, you know what I mean? But yes, going back to relationships, values and ethics, if they're very far off, it's definitely going to cause a little bit of express your love. So go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Okay, I do see that you're walking away from something, closing out a cycle, opening up your energy for someone new, and there is definitely attraction that is there. So that's a fresh new energy that we're talking about, but you need to build that trust back up, okay, Aries? Because I feel like a lot of you are like you're hurt and bruised here. So let's get some clarifying cards for the other person thinks about you, and I'm still feeling this here. Oof, put it in the comments below if that's you. One of you has got like maybe there's some thoughts that are going on in your head that might be really painful or it's hurting you. You might be looking for some of you. You might be looking at a situation, and your stories and your thoughts about it may not be accurate. But not only that, I think they're hurting you. Like it's like, oh, it's painful. But for some of you, for sure, don't keep electronics too close to you. If you have too many electronics and stuff, because I am sensing for some of you that's what it is. Okay, the other person does really like the connection you have with each other. You do tend to flirt and have a good time when you are mostly together. Sometimes there's a bit of conflict. They do feel that you are their soulmate. We also have release your ex here, okay? One more clarifying card I'd like to know about you. Yeah, they do feel like there's very strong chemistry between you two. Let's get some clarifying cards for Aries weekly forecast. Okay, clarifying cards here. Huh, it's funny. I was sensing, so I was looking at this card and I was like, okay, let's get clarifying what they're moving away from. And for some of you, it's hearing a person, but their mom. Maybe for some of you, there's a dynamic you had. The mom was interjecting a bit. I was doing a reading, oh yes, for Virgo. I think it was Virgo where they needed to do some healing between them and their mom. But for some of you, I feel like the person you were dealing with, some of you, their mom might have been interjecting a little bit. Okay. But moving forward, there is feelings that you have for each other here. Oh, that's what I hear. I'm just looking at the card. What else here? Reconciliation. Yes. So some of you are coming back with each other, or even at least to communicate and work things out. Okay. For some of you, you feel like this could be the one. Some of you, I feel like it's like one of those relationships you like love being together. You have this attraction, but like you know it's not good for you. I feel like for some of you, that's what it is. You have control over your own life. Yeah. Oh my God, that's so interesting because control was coming up big time. And here we go. Let go of control issues. Allow the situations to unfold naturally. And I know that can be hard sometimes, especially if it's not coming on our timeline or someone else taking too slow. And I know Aries, efficient. You like to get things going. Like my zodiac sign, Gemini, we're like that too. I get you. So when people are slow, it's hard not to like. Some zodiac signs are very chilled and very laid back, or others are like action, boom, let's go, let's move. Should have been done like 10 hours ago. You know what I mean? And so when you get two of those energies together, it's okay, getting to know each other. And as you reveal yourselves, you start to get to know more about each other and deepen the bond. And that's what it says on here. But I also have to say, like, I don't think some of the friends here really like, there's a friend that doesn't really like that bond deepening. But you do deserve love and you are lovable, of course. We already knew that, Aries, so that's just a kind of reminder for you. And to call in your soulmate, don't get too stuck on this energy because this is heavy for some of you. I mean, like, 10 of Swords, what is this? You know, whatever. You learn a lot of lessons from it. You'll learn a lot more what you want and what you don't want, and start putting that into your basket, your vortex of what you do want. Start calling in your soulmate. And I know some of you are going to go back to this. That's fine, but it's like that's the loop you've been in. And some of you are like, the thing is, when we come out of something, there's two different energies. You can come out of something like, F that, I'm not doing that again, blah, 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 and still angry. versus like, you know what, this isn't for me. And actually, I know what I deserve, and this is what I want. And I'm actually going to just keep focused on that and keep focused on myself in the meantime. Do you notice the difference in the two energies? Because the one before is still hurt and wounded. And that's why the energy's so like that, right? So just, take your time in the process, but make sure you're taking that time to heal. Unrequited love. Okay, for some of you, yeah, I mean, you're juggling, I saw this, juggling two options. And for some of you, unrequited love. There's just not enough chemistry to happen. And where was this? Yeah. Oh, I don't know where it is. There's so many cards here now. Yeah, here we are. Like a lot of you have a lot of options. And for some of you, it's like, you have fun, but you're not, it's like not the one. You know what I mean? It's not. It's okay. Keep going. Keep learning. What do we have here? Beautiful. The person, your soulmate, is worth waiting for. So don't force it or try to get it too soon. Like, remember, let go of the control. Let go of the control issues here. Okay. That is going to help you and your mental sanity, but also it's going to allow other options to come in. I'm going to pull one more card here. Not a lot of cards for you here. So I usually don't pull that many, but I always go by what's intuitively meant. So yeah, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to. Just make sure you're not having your walls too high up, Aries, because I don't want you to miss out on what's going on there, especially when we're too much in control mode. Gripping, again, we can miss some really great opportunities. So just let go. Keep focusing on yourself. Think for a lot of you, things have been heavy for a bit. So just like let yourself recalibrate, let yourself settle down, let yourself get rerouted, let yourself do the healing, let yourself learn the lessons that came. Let yourself get more fine-tuned to what you do want, what you don't want, and continue to call in that soulmate. Okay, Aries, if any of you want to dive in deeper to your specific situation, the link for one-on-one readings is down below. Anybody's looking for actual healing to peel through some things and to start living the life you desire, the 3 to 6 month Awakened Goddess program is also there. There's a link for it. You can book a complimentary call on that, and then we can talk more about it, see more where you're at, and see if that or another offering that I have is there for you. Oh, by the way, I'm also coming out with a group course where there'll be sessions with just females and sessions with just males, and we're going to talk about conscious dating and all these things. We're going to learn all these things to like living the single life, but how to attract in your divine counterpart. And then there's a bonus at the end where we're going to do a virtual speed dating. So you'll be able to implement all the tools that you've learned. And it'd be great if you find your love on that speed dating, but I don't want to put the pressure on there for it. I really want everybody to implement the tools and tips that they've learned and have it in a safe space. So yeah, if you're interested in that, message me, reach out to me, and then I can keep you on the specific mailing list for that. Okay, my dear friends, have a lovely week. Keep grounded and golden.